external rotations, right? So you're gonna need two objects. The first being a water bottle. Any size water bottle works. This is a fairly small one, but really any rigid object roughly this size will do the job just fine. The important thing is you have to be able to hold it here for an extended period of time. So that's the only thing that you gotta look for when you're looking for your bottle or your object. The other thing is you're gonna grab your handy dandy TheraBand. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna use this hand, and I know that yours is the other side, but this way when you're watching the video, you can actually mirror exactly what I'm doing. So my right side mirrored will be your left side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your good hand, you're gonna take the water bottle, you're gonna place it in that spot that hurts, right under your armpit right here, and you're gonna take your elbow and squeeze the crap out of it. I want you to squeeze it so hard that you could technically not have to use this hand at all, but we're gonna use the hand anyways. So, place the water bottle here. You might have to hunt around to find that spot. And you're gonna squeeze it really tight. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the band, and you're gonna keep your thumb up like this and turn it out. Now, while you're squeezing the water bottle, you're gonna take your hand and rotate, point behind you. Keep squeezing the water bottle, rotate, point behind you. Point behind you. Point behind you. You should be feeling it roughly in this area. Something that you can play around with is the height of your hand. So if you're here, point behind you. Maybe you need to be up here, point behind you. Everybody's different, but anywhere from like roughly here, this is the middle, to down here. As long as you can point behind you, that's all that matters. Okay, so this is going to be the supraspinatus stretch. Supraspinatus being that muscle that really is bothering you, that rotator cuff muscle. So the way you're gonna do this, and this might not work every time, so totally feel free to skip it, but it's a nice, gentle little stretch. So what you're gonna do is, you're going to take your good hand and put pressure on your elbow this way, so that you're essentially shoving the bone into the socket, like that. You're gonna see that your shoulder goes up just a little bit because you're shoving it into the socket. Now, while you're maintaining that pressure, you're going to pull it across your chest. Push, pull it across, and you're gonna give just the little tiniest contraction with this arm, and you're going to try to pull behind you. It's literally gonna be like 5% of the total strength that you could do. It's a very, very small contraction, but it's a very important contraction. So again, you're going to take your good hand, shove the elbow and the arm back into the socket, pull across your chest, and then with this hand, this elbow specifically, you're gonna pull 5%, and you're gonna have this hand beat this arm. So here, we're just gonna pull behind, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can have a counter on your phone. You can look at a clock. Anywhere from 30 seconds to 120 seconds, 2 minutes is gonna be ideal. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is the slow, controlled, slow negative arm raise and arm drop. So this can be done with the cane on days that it hurts extra much, but ideally we want to be able to do it without the cane. But for learning purposes, we're going to start with the cane. So need a little bit of anatomy because we got to find where to put the cane. Imagine, can you see that this is your shoulder blade? Okay, so what you're going to end up doing is you're going to find the bony ridge. You're going to walk your fingers across it. To where it hurts. You're gonna go just above it, right onto that muscle, and then you're gonna replace that finger with the cane. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So, got the cane in one hand, bam. Let's say this is the bad side we're looking to search around for, right? Search for just a general, okay, this is all bony, found the bone. Now you're gonna go, walk your fingers back, find that bony ridge. There it is. That's where it's gonna hurt. And they're gonna go 1 inch up, right into that little divot, soft divot. You might feel a muscle in there, you might just feel a little bit of squish. Either way, that's the place. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your finger there. Take the tip of the cane, replace the finger with the cane. Take your good hand, you're gonna pull down so that it really puts a lot of pressure on that muscle that we just found. Now, what you're gonna do is, maintaining this pressure, you're gonna lift this arm up, 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 as high as you can, really reach for the sky. And then you're gonna slowly and controlled bring the arm down for 5 whole seconds. It's extra important that you keep it slow and controlled because we wanna keep that muscle active. 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Good. Bring it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, as you progress, you'll find that you won't need the cane, and that's a good thing. Eventually, and actually, you can probably start off this way, is you're gonna do the same thing. Get in your good posture, so up, back, and then relax 50%. Good posture, right? Good posture. Now you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna bring the arm up, overhead, really reach, and you're gonna slowly and control the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it doesn't matter if your arm's like this, if it's like this, just however you can do it. Doesn't really matter. When you're gonna go and do these throughout your day, what I want you to do is actually start without the cane, because I want you to assess how bad it hurts. So let's say you can do 1 rep without the cane, but it hurts at like a 4 or a 5 out of 10. Your 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced, including childbirth. Then that's when we're gonna cut it. But if the pain is like a 2 or a 3, just kind of annoying, and it's not traveling, then go ahead and just do the exercise without the cane. But again, if it hurts 4 or more out of 10, go ahead and use the cane. Okay, so what we're gonna do now for the final one is called the Serratus Reaches. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can do it with a wall or without the wall. Let's start without the wall. I want you to start without the wall because if you can do it without a significant amount of pain, again, a 4 out of 10 is the cutoff, 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced, then we're gonna use the wall for assistance. But if you can handle the 3 or lower out of 10 pain, then I want you to not use the wall. So, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna grab a wall, pretend this is a wall. If we're not gonna use a wall, you're gonna take a step back. So you're gonna get your hand overhead, however you can. What I want you to think about is, take your shoulder blade muscle, or your shoulder blade bone, this guy, and I want you to think about pushing him forward, really wrapping him around your ribs, and then taking your elbow and pointing him behind you. So what that's gonna look like is, boop. You're gonna retract, and then you're going to, boop. You're going to pull your shoulder blades back, and then you're going to push this that way and bring him forward. So you're gonna lose your retraction, boop, like that. So on the wall, what that looks like is you have your hips and your chest against the wall, and you're gonna retract, boop, boop, just like that. Now, super important thing is you're gonna take your good hand, stick it in your armpit area, right? You're gonna feel that muscle. And now that's when you're going to bring it back, raise high, and then you're going to boop, boop. See how this guy is being pushed forward and this elbow is getting pushed back like that at the same time? Boop, boop. You're gonna feel this muscle contract under this hand. This hand is for tactile cueing. Basically, when you feel it and it connects with your brain, you're like, oh, okay, that's firing. He's gonna fire even harder just automatically. Now, if this is a little bit painful, another thing you can do is take this hand and not just use it for the cueing, for the touching, you can actually find the place it hurts, press on it. So, let's recap the whole thing. Let's do it without the wall, okay? So first things first, take a good hand, place it in the armpit in here. You'll know where to find it. You'll find these little fingers, bam, right there. Bring your arm overhead. Bring your shoulder blades together, so retract them back. And now, let me get low so you can see. You're going to take this, push it forward, take your elbow, push it back. So you're gonna do it at the same time. Bam, very small motion. Bam, retract, do it again, bam. Retract, do it again, bam. And you're gonna feel it under your fingers.